Dear students, welcome to the lecture on web technologies. This is new subject for you. Here web technologies is a combination of two words. The first word is web and another one is technology. What is a web? A web is a service on top of the infrastructure. Here infrastructure is nothing but a network. Networks are used to communicate two objects. According to computer science, networks are used to communicate two or more machines or two or more computers. And coming to the technologies, a technology is nothing but an application of scientific knowledge for a particular purpose. If you combine both, web technologies are used to communicate two or more systems with markup languages and multimedia tools. Coming to the terminology which is required for web technologies, see, the first buzzword is web. If you observe these two diagrams, first diagram shows spider web and the second diagram shows social web. Here I am comparing these two webs. In both cases, there is a connection between two objects. In spider web, the object is what? Silky line. In the second image, the objects are users. And coming to the technology, I already explained to you, technology is an application of scientific knowledge. The knowledge may belongs to computer science, the knowledge may belongs to physics, knowledge may belongs to mathematics, knowledge may belongs to chemistry, etc. And another buzzword of web technologies is computer networks. We already know what is a computer. Computer is an electronic device, and here we are connecting more than one computer with a physical cable or physical medium. Here network is nothing but connecting more than one computer. Here one physical connection established between two or more computers. Network is nothing but an infrastructure. And coming to the next buzzword, internet. A networks of the network is called as an internet. If you observe the image shows a globe. This globe is nothing but a world. This world contains different networks, and all these networks are connected. All these networks are connected with each other. So networks of the network is called as an internet. Here we are using different protocols like a TCP/IP, FTP, HTTP, etc. TCP means a transaction control protocol and IP means internet protocol. Here protocol is nothing but set of rules. FTP means file transfer protocol. HTTP full form is hypertext transport protocol. And coming to the comparison of internet and web. I already told to you, web is a service, it sits on top of infrastructure. Internet is an infrastructure, it supports web. Here web is a collection of documents, and these documents are connected with hyperlinks. Here hyperlinks allows interact one document with another document. Here document is nothing but a web page. Here web contains a group of web pages. These web pages are interlinked by using hyperlinks. And this image shows a World Wide Web. We discussed what is a web till now. Web is a service on top of the infrastructure. Here it's not a simple web, it's a collection of web, World Wide Web. The complete web is working based on the internet. World Wide Web was introduced by Tim Berners-Lee in the year of 1989. Web is a collection of web pages. I already explained to you, web is a collection of documents. These documents are interconnected with hyperlinks. Here, this is a sample web page. This is a Google web page, Google home page. This web page contains some text information, images, sometimes it may contain some videos also. Simply, web page is a document, it contains information. The information is in the form of text or video or audio or image. And this is another web page. This web page is belongs to Amazon. Amazon is one of the popular e-commerce website. In Amazon website, Amazon website contains web pages. This is one of the web page. This web page shows images. Not only images, it shows information in the form of image, text. Sometimes it may shows videos also. Here, web pages are classified into two types: static web pages and dynamic web pages. Static web page content never changed during the execution. If it is a dynamic web page, based on the user input or based on the web client input or web user input, the output of the web page is varying. The content of the web page is varying. Such kind of web pages are called as dynamic web pages. If you observe this diagram shows how the static web page appeared. Web client using web browser. By using web browser, web client sends a request to the web server. Based on the client request, web server gives a response. Web server response always is in the form of HTML file. Here, a static web page is available in the web server. The same web page is displaying on the web browser. The content of the web page is never changed by the web server. This is the execution of a static web page. Here total 3 steps are existed. In first step, web client interacts with the browser to send the request to the server. In second step, web server finds the concerned web page which is requested by the web user, and it sends that page to the web browser as a response. Web user observes the response of the web server by using web browser. This is the execution scenario of a static web page. Coming to the dynamic web page. In dynamic web page, web client sends the request to the web server by using web browser. Web server listens the request which is sent by using web browser, and immediately it calls web server calls application which is reside inside the web server, and this application may calls a concerned web page, concerned HTML file. Here HTML means hypertext markup language. HTML is a language which is used to create the web pages. Here the web page creation is happening dynamically. The content of the web page is not a static. Based on the user request, web user request, the web page, the response of the web server is varying. Here response always in the form of HTML file only. If you observe all these steps carefully, web client sends a request to the web server by using web browser, and web server, based on the request received from the web browser, web server calls its application program. Here application program contains logic. Based on the logic, here logic is always depending on the input of the user. Based on the logic, it displays a concerned HTML file, and that HTML file sent to the web browser in the form of a response. Web client observe the response by using web browser. This is the execution scenario of a dynamic web page. And coming to the next buzzword, website. Here website is a collection of web pages. These pages are interlinked by using hyperlinks. Here web page, all these web pages are structurally arranged. If you observe this image shows a group of web pages here, and here also group of web pages are available. But these web pages are structurally arranged or structurally organized. Coming to this, these web pages are not structurally organized. These are connected but not structurally organized. So these are called group of web pages. These are called group of web pages. Coming to this is a website. What is the difference between group of web pages and a website? A website is a group of web pages. These web pages are structurally organized. But a group of web pages, coming to this image shows a group of web pages with some links, but these are not organized structurally. This slide shows different websites which are frequently used in the real world. Google, Facebook, Yahoo. Google is a search engine. Facebook is a social networking site. Yahoo using for Yahoo is a search engine. YouTube is used to download and upload the videos. eBay is e-commerce website, etc. Coming to the next buzzword, web server. See here, I already explained this kind of scenario in static web pages and dynamic web pages. Here, web client sends a request to the web server. Web server listens the request of the web client and it processes the request and gives a response. See, web server response always is in the form of HTML file only. And to establish this kind of communication, we need a network. If it is a web server, we need an internet kind of medium to send and receive request and response. Here web server is a machine, it having good processing capability. Sorry. See, web server is a machine, it listens the client request and process that request and gives response. To perform this scenario, it needs a medium called as internet. Coming to the next word, that is web browser. Web browser is a software, it resides at client machine. Web browser listens the client request and sends that request to the web server. And web server processes the request and sends a response to the web browser in the form of HTML file. That file is displaying on the web browser itself. So web browser is act as a mediator between web client and web server. It is like an interface. This slide shows different web browsers. These are the popular web browsers. The web browsers are, the first web browser is Mozilla Firefox, and this one is Internet Explorer. This is the default web browser for Microsoft Windows, and this is Google Chrome. This is Safari, especially this one is used for iOS, and this is Opera, and this is Netscape Navigator. Different web browsers are developed by different vendors. And coming to the complete execution flow, till now what I explained, this diagram shows the complete execution flow. Right, see this here, web user sends a request to the web server by using web browser. Here the user request is in the form of URL. URL means uniform resource location. Here web browser sends a request to the web server. The request is in the form of a URL. That URL prefixed with the protocol. The protocol name is HTTP. HTTP means Hypertext Transport Protocol. by using a communication channel. In generally, this communication channel, especially in web server's point of view, the communication channel is an internet. By using this internet, web browser sends a request to the web server. After receiving the request from the web server processes that request and gives a response in the form of HTML document. Observe this. Web server also using HTTP protocol, and the response file sent to the web browser is going to execute the HTML file. After executing the HTML file by the web browser, it displays a web page. That web page is observed by the user in the form of response. Here, in the last slide, in this slide, we discussed about URL, right? Here, URL may be like this: www.google.com. While typing this URL at the browser appends a http://. Here HTTP is a protocol and this is a domain name. www.google.com is a domain name and HTTP is prefixed with this. The complete thing is called URL. Why we are using names? Actually, computers having IP addresses, Internet Protocol addresses. By using this number only, the machines are identified uniquely. Here 74.125.68.102 is the IP address of a Google server. To send the request to the Google server, we are using www.google.com. Why? Because all the human beings are not computer science masters. Most of the people are laymen. They don't know the concept of IP address domain naming system. To work with the internet and to work with websites in easy manner, domain name system was introduced. Here domain name system is like a phone book. Here URL is mapping with a concerned IP address. This is about domain name system. Coming to the application areas of web technologies. Web technologies are used in various application areas like online banking. If you observe the nowadays banking system, we are going to transfer amount in online by using mobile banking or by using internet banking. No need to visit the bank physically. It reduces transportation, it reduces burden on the customer. No need to visit the bank physically. It saves a lot of time and money also. Nowadays, almost all banks are means banking system using online banking, mobile banking. Best example: State Bank of India, Andhra Bank, Axis Bank, etc. Coming to the social networking sites, we are using Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, etc. These are the examples for social networking sites. Coming to the online reservation, Abibus, Redbus apps we are using. Not only apps, we are using web applications also. IRCTC is another example for online reservation system. APS RTC, etc. Coming to the e-commerce websites. E-commerce websites also using web technologies. E-commerce websites like Amazon, Flipkart, eBay, Myntra, etc. are also using web technologies. For online training like Byju's is one of the online training app. Not only Byju's, IIT Bombay, Swayam, NPTEL, all these are using web technologies. And to make personal blogs, personal websites also, we are using web technologies. These are the various application areas of web technologies. And coming to the syllabus of first unit, in first unit we are going to discuss about HTML as first chapter and CSS as second chapter. The main objective of this unit is to understand the basics of web designing using HTML and CSS. After completion of this unit, we people able to build web pages using HTML and CSS. HTML was introduced by Tim Berners-Lee in the year of 1991. He is one of the active member in World Wide Web Consortium. Tim Berners-Lee is also developed a web in the year of 1989. He is the founder of web. HTML is available in different versions. The starting version of HTML is HTML 1.0. It was introduced in 1991. The latest version of HTML is HTML 5.2. It was introduced in 2017. HTML5 supports audio, video, etc. Such kind of facility is not available in the earlier versions of HTML. This is the history. In 1989, Tim Berners-Lee invented a web, that is World Wide Web. In 1991, Tim Berners-Lee invented HTML, and the rest of the things are different versions introduced in different years. And the latest version of HTML is HTML 5.2. It was introduced in 2017. What are the various features of HTML? HTML is a global language. Global language means for world global language is English. For India, global language is Hindi. Am I right? In India, almost all people communicate, majority of the people communicate in English, in Hindi. In the world, majority of the people are communicating in English. Similarly, HTML is a global language. Where we are using HTML? HTML is used in web technologies, right? HTML is a global language. Why? Because almost all browsers, we already discussed web browsers, right? Web browser is a software which is used to listen the client request and send it to the web server. Web server process the request and send response to the web browser in the form of HTML document. That is the role of web browser. Different web browsers understand HTML code and easily process the HTML code. Because of that reason, HTML is a global language. Almost all web browsers are able to listen and understand and process or execute the HTML document. Because of that reason, HTML is a global language. And HTML is a language which is used to design the static web pages. This is the second point, static web pages. It is used to develop static web pages only. And one more important feature of HTML is case sensitive. HTML is a case insensitive language. What is the difference between case sensitive and case insensitive? If it is a case sensitive language, it treats uppercase letters in one way and lowercase letters in another way. If it is a case insensitive language, it allows, it treats uppercase letters, lowercase letters and mixed case letters also in one form only. I will explain what is case insensitive in the coming sessions with an example. And coming to the next point, that is markup language. HTML is a markup language. One of the last two characters shows markup language, hypertext markup language. Markup language having tags. What is the use of tag? Here tags are used to format the text or HTML document content. Here tags are used to format the text. I will explain what is a tag and how to use the tag and what are the different attributes are allowed to the tag in the coming sessions. Here HTML allows predefined tags only. HTML provides predefined tags only. And HTML is user-friendly language. Even a non-programmer also may learn the HTML in easy manner. And here we no need to spend a single penny to learn the HTML, to download the HTML, to work with HTML. So it is freely available. And all these are the features of HTML. But HTML having some disadvantages. The first drawback of HTML is it allows a static web page. It is going to create static web pages only. We can't create dynamic web pages by using HTML. And the second one is we need to write plenty of lines to get a simple change which is required. Or if you want to write something, you need to write lot of code. Plenty of lines you need to write. There is another drawback. It strictly allows built-in tags only. It doesn't allow user-defined tags. That is another drawback of HTML. See, HTML document making will take much time when compared to the next coming technologies. Okay, I will explain the drawbacks once again while explaining the examples. So, what we observed as drawbacks from HTML, it strictly allows allowed to create static web pages. It doesn't provide user-defined tags. It allows only built-in tags, means predefined tags. And HTML document required plenty of lines. It is a time-taken process. All these are the drawbacks or disadvantages of HTML. Coming to the structure of HTML document. Observe the first line. The first line shows a doc type. See, HTML 5 version onwards, the first line is declaring like this. The first line is less than exclamatory mark doc type space HTML. In the older version of HTML, we must specify the version name, like less than exclamatory mark doc type HTML. After that we need to write version of the HTML also. From HTML5 version onwards, no need to write the version number or version details. Simply we need to write less than exclamatory mark doc type HTML. And why we need to write this line? This line gives clear information to the browser. Mr. Browser, it is saying like this: Mr. Browser, I am the HTML document. Why? Because in computers or in the real world web, different types of documents are available, and web browser may execute different documents. But with this line strictly saying, Mr. Web Browser, I am the HTML kind of document, execute like this only. So there is no ambiguity to the browser, simply it executes like an HTML file. If you observe this structure carefully, the structure is appearing like a tree-like structure. The root tag for HTML document is HTML. This is called a root tag of HTML document. This HTML document contains two compartments. The first compartment is called head. Observe this one. This is called head section. The second compartment is called as body. This section is called body section. To represent HTML document, head section and body section, we are using built-in tags. To represent HTML document, we are using HTML tag. To represent head section, we are using head tag. To represent body section, we are using body tag. This is the standard structure of any HTML document. Once again I am repeating this structure. Here HTML is the root tag. Head section HTML document contains two compartments. First compartment is head section. Head section is representing by using head tag, and head section contains title of the HTML document. Title is representing by using title tag, and second compartment is called as body. Body compartment is representing by using body tag. Here you need to remember one important point. HTML tag is available, and this is the starting tag or root tag. While ending, we are using HTML tag once again, but that is prefixed with a /. Here the first tag is called as a opening tag or starting tag, or for this tag we are calling root tag also, and this is closing tag. Closing tag is representing by using /. For head tag also, this is a opening tag and this is closing tag. For title tag also, this is opening tag and this is closing tag. For body tag also, this is opening tag and closing tag. Almost all tags having opening tag and closing tags. Coming to the structure, here I already told to you, this is a HTML document contains two compartments. First compartment is head and second compartment is body. In generally, as a learners, we may take head part as optional part. As a basic learner, we may hide the head part for few examples. Later, we will include the head section. Here, the basic building block of HTML document is element. Without element, we can't construct HTML document. See, what is an element? I will explain once again. Here, element contains opening tag, closing tag. Observe this example carefully. This is opening tag and this is closing tag. Between opening and closing tags, we arranged some content. Coming to the content, this content contains two compartments, head section and body section. Head section contains again two tags, that is what? Opening tag of head and closing tag of head. Between opening head tag and closing head tag, we arranged some content. Similarly, this is the title opening tag, title closing tag. Between title opening and closing, we arranged some content. Simply, this is a HTML element. HTML element contains opening tag, closing tag. Between opening and closing tags, we are arranging some content. The content may be another tag. Again, another tag may arrange it like an element. Element, sub-element, like that. We are going to construct a HTML document. Simply, HTML document is a collection of elements. Here, element is formed by using tags. Tag may contain attributes. Simply, HTML document is organized like a tree-like structure. What is the root element for HTML document? HTML tag is the root element for HTML document. I will recap the session till now what we discussed. Why? Because I would like to stop here. Once again, I am recapping what we discussed till now. So, we discussed what is a web, what is a technology, what is web technology, and the basic terminology required to learn web technologies. That is, first word is networks. What is an internet? Comparison between network and internet and web. World Wide, what is World Wide Web? Who introduced World Wide Web? I already told to you, Tim Berners-Lee introduced World Wide Web in the year of 1989. And what is a web page? What is the what are the examples of web pages, and what are the various types of web pages available, and how to work with how static web page is displaying, how dynamic web page is displaying, and what is a website, what is not a website, we discussed. These are the examples of website. What is a web server, we discussed, and working process of web server also we discussed. What is a web browser, I covered, and what are the various types of web browsers, and who are the different vendors of web browsers, we discussed, and the complete execution flow of a web application we discussed here. This with this slide present, I mean with this image, with this slide. and DNS also we discussed, domain naming system, and various application areas of web technologies we discussed. Later I started unit 1. Before unit 1, whatever the concepts we discussed is belongs to terminology which is required for web technologies or to learn web technologies. That is the basic terminology. And coming to the unit 1, in unit 1 we discussed about history of web technologies, versions of history of HTML, history of versions of HTML, features of HTML, advantages and disadvantages of HTML, and structure of HTML document. And finally we discussed elements. Thank you for watching this video. I will give assignments from next class onwards. After ending of the second class, I will provide assignments to you. These may be the assignment is in the form of MCQs. You need to attempt the MCQs. Google link will share to you after completion of unit 2. Thank you very much for watching this video.